welcome, podcast listeners. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That's me, with some slick radio voice this week. It is episode number 222 of the Ferris podcast. You are joined by both myself and Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey! There's not the deathly silence that there was at the end of the last podcast. Yeah. Say bye, Matt. Come on, please. Please, we can't end until you do. Oh,
I'd forgotten about that.
I listened to it yesterday, I think. So it's fresh in my mind. It was a good podcast, actually. Yes, I am that narcissistic that I listen back to our podcast. I mean, someone's got to, I suppose, haven't they? So it is Fretzel Podcast 222. We are here. We are going to be self-indulgent for a little while and talk about ourselves. On this week's podcast, hopefully, if we can have time at the end, we will be talking about two signature... I don't know whether you'd call them both signatures. Two artists' guitars, a Gretsch and a PRS. And we're going to be talking about a virtual Jeff. It's quite interesting, that one. I'm looking forward to that. But before we do, we've got to talk about Metallica, don't we?
Metallica?
Yeah. We've got to take a tangent.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah, there's going to be a 25-minute tangent on Metallica and the life and works of all of the members of Metallica.
Indeed. And I've got to put my hands up here and completely apologise for the pronunciation of Trujillo last week. Oh my god, it was it was like, do you remember way back in the early 2000s where no one had ever heard Hermione's name read out loud? And
yeah,
and we all went, and that's how that's pronounced. What? Yeah, it's one of those moments. Yeah, I kind of reverted back to my youth, I think.
Yeah.
So, you've got to be a very specific age for that reference to make sense. You've really got to be a very specific age.
Yeah, you have to be old enough that you read the books yourself and didn't have them read to you, but young enough to have wanted to read the Harry Potter books when you were in that age group. So yeah, it's a very specific 5 or 6 years worth of. Yeah.
Hermy one. What? What's that? Hermione. What? Hermione. Apparently, is how you pronounce that. Hermione. Yeah. No, it's not a British name. It's not something that we've all got an Auntie Hermione. Yeah. We were as confused as you.
It's not a name. It was never a name. I know now it is. I'm sure there's thousands of them born every year, but it certainly probably wasn't before that book came out.
Yeah, we say that. However, there is a famous British actress called Hermione. Hermione something or other. She was in
Define famous, because I've never heard of her.
She was in Cold Feet, the sitcom. It's not really a sitcom. It's like British. It's a bit like a drama, isn't it?
Drama.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
A cop drama?
It's not a cop drama, no. Although I kind of want it to be a cop drama now.
I've never watched it. It feels like it should be the same as Silent Witness to me. So
no, it was. How do you describe it? Like if you took Friends and you made it super British, so you take out all of the stupid shit just for laughs. You keep all of the kind of weird, awkward romance where they're a bit like hamsters and they're all fucking each other. So you leave that in. But yeah, take out a lot of the cheesy one-liners and the situational comedy aspects of it, and then you've pretty much got cold feet.
Okay.
I mean, at least we're not talking about Metallica.
Should we tell the listeners that you didn't realise Slash was back in Guns N' Roses?
I mean, we can do that, yeah. I thought it was still Bumblefoot. I remember Bumblefoot being... I remember when Buckethead was in Guns N' Roses for a brief time as well. I thought that was very strange.
Yeah, so apparently Slash came back in 2016 and has been back ever since. I don't know whether they still tour.
It can't be that recent.
Yeah, Slash and McKagan both came back in 2016. That's what Wikipedia told me anyway.
I am very surprised. Number one, that it was that far away. Like, 2016. Jesus fucking Christ. That is how far I am out the loop. And number two, I'm surprised that Duff McKagan is still alive. I thought he died a long time ago. So, congrats, I guess. Congrats, that man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Fret Talk podcast is happening. That's what we're doing right now. They were obviously talking about British drama, just kind of sit dramas. But what we should be doing is talking about what we've been up to, Matt. So what have we been up to this week?
So I think about 5 or 6 months ago, I mentioned that I got a pedal board off Ryan Unwick, who's one of our mates that had for a while a company called RAN Pedal Boards, which he's not actually making them himself at the moment, but he was at the time, and I got a pedal board off him, and I was umming and ahhing about whether to make a specific board just for running for the shows where I'm not going to be able to use an amp and run 2 boards, or whether I'm just going to use one. For now, I've finally decided that I'm just going to have 1 board, and I'll literally just unplug it from the end pedal, which is my new neighbour. I never know how to pronounce that.
The reverb.
It's foreign sounding, but yeah, unplug the patch cable out of that and just plug the cable to the amp into that instead. But yeah, so I finally got around to rebuilding that board, and I posted on Instagram for the first time in about 9 months.
Yeah, you did.
So if you want to see it, I
threw a like on that bad boy.
You did. Yeah, so if you want to see it, the board is on Instagram, but 50-50 split on drives between Chevtone and Tate FX at the moment. There's no hot cake on my board for the first time in a long time.
Nice.
But obviously I'm not running the Vox currently, so I could get away with the some different pedals that don't play well with the Vox. Yeah, you don't like I said with the Chevtone Messiah, you had to dial it into the Vox rather than dial it how you wanted it to sound.
Yeah.
Whereas with all of the other amps that I have at the moment, you can kind of dial it wherever you like, and it sounds good. It sounds great. So yeah, I've brought that in. I've got the Anteras before it and the Honey Burst. Is it Honey Burst? What's the?
It is the Honey Burst. Yeah.
Honey Burst after it. So I've got mildly Tube Screamer flavoured either side of it, so you can either run it into the front end of the Marshall or have it a little bit more open and push the Marshall, have the Marshall running into the Tube Screamer.
Yeah.
Which gives you a bit of a different sound. And then I've got the Tate FX Raise the Dead as my fuzz, because of course I do.
Yeah, why not? Happy smile.
And my Analog Man chorus finally arrived, so back with a chorus pedal.
100% just yes. Everything is coming up Millhouse.
Yeah. So yeah, everything kind of fell into alignment. I had 2 weekends off gigging, so yeah, it was just kind of everything fell perfect. So you can just take the board apart, take my time, put it all back together. And the scary thing was, it worked first time. So I basically did it all without power, sometime last week, and messaged the guys in the chat, and I was just I just need to power it now and then scream at it for 5 hours until it works.
Yeah.
But I didn't need to do the screaming at it because I powered it last night, put it down on the floor and plugged it into the sockets, and everything lit up. And I was like, great, okay, so I just need to work out the sound. And then I I plugged the Gretsch, which I have spoken about, but was a birthday present when it's now been my birthday, so I can actually play the Gretsch now.
Yeah.
Plugged that in, and I had the simplifier on the board, so I had the headphones in, and I could hear the guitar coming out of the headphones, and I was like, okay, what have I done wrong? Why is it working? Why isn't something broken? What? Okay, this is really panicking me now. What's gonna happen? Something's going.
Surely.
It never works first time. So, and I spent 10-15 minutes playing through it, checking all the sounds work, checking all the pedals are like making the effect that they're supposed to make, and I haven't just like wired it in a way so now that my phaser is now a reverb pedal or anything like that, and like everything just works like it's supposed to, and I'm scared. I'm scared to gig it, because what happens when I get to a gig and all of a sudden there's just no signal path at all?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you worry that you've like completely bypassed a quarter of your board by just going like into the drive section and then directly to the amp, and you're like, well, this reverb pedal doesn't seem to be doing a great deal, and I'm sure this chorus would actually sound more chorusy than this. Yeah. Oh no, they're not in the loop. Oh dear.
But yeah, no, like I wired it together and it all just worked first time. Which like panics me a little bit, but you know, I'll just go with it. I've got a gig on Saturday, a week on Saturday.
Cool.
So I've got or a week on Friday. I can't remember now. It's a while away anyway, but it'll probably be the first time it gets used in anger.
Nice.
But yeah. I've just got to wait for that now. Like it works in the bedroom. It works with the simplifier. I imagine when I take that patch cable out of the that's in the new neighbour to go to the simplifier, when I unplug that, it's just going to fall apart. Like all of the pedals are going to fall off, and like just cables everywhere, and that'll be the problem or something. Yeah,
like something's got to go wrong. It can't be that easy.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like the pedal board is great. It's a wooden pedal board rather than a metal one.
Yeah.
It's nice and solid. It fit 2 power supplies underneath it, which is what I need because there's one stupid amount of pedals on it, because you know I'm not going to reduce the amount of pedals that I've got on the board. That's just silly.
Yeah, to be fair, like the RAN pedal boards, like it's a real shame that he's not doing them at the moment, and I know why. Because when he was doing him, it was lockdown. He had a bit more spare time on his hands, and he's doing the family thing a lot more now. So I'm not begrudging him that. Like he seems happy as anything. So like good on you, man. But it is a shame that the boards have kind of fallen by the wayside, because they looked really amazing.
Yeah, I mean this one is like very similar effect to the Les Paul, so it basically stained it black and then sanded it back, so it kind of like fits the aesthetic as well. So you can barely, to be fair, I've got so many pedals on it, you can barely see any of the wood anyway on the photo on Instagram, but you can just about see kind of the kind of blackened wood rubbed back, and you can see the grain coming through, and yeah, it just looks amazing. It's really well built. There's 2 holes at the back for power to come out of, so I've got just with the way that I ran the power bricks, I've got a kettle lead coming out of either of them. But yeah, really easy to wire up everything, like plenty of space. It was 4 thick bars, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and then a thin bar down the centre. It's slightly smaller than a Pedal Train Novo 24, but like slightly, like I could fit the same amount of pedals on. I've actually gone back I've put my wireless system back on the board. I just need to find the bit that goes into the guitar.
I mean, I'm
pretty sure I know where it is.
Quite helpful.
But I just need to find that, but I'm pretty sure I know where it is. But that's the only bit of the board that I haven't tested, so that's probably the bit that's broken, actually. That's calmed me down a bit.
There you go.
I found a broken bit.
So, I mean, you kind of snuck in during that last bit. In fact, you've turned 30.
I have turned 30.
I mean,
I'm an old man now.
That's it. You can officially shout at the clouds now.
Yeah, I had a actually really good birthday weekend. We went to, like, all my mates went to a steakhouse, and then we came back to my house, played board games, and that's what I did for my 30th birthday. And I think that's pretty cool birthday, to be honest with you.
That sounds rad.
Much better than like going to a pub and drinking yourself stupid, which is what I'd have done at like 20 or 21.
Yeah. I mean, that is perfectly fine for those ages. That's what you need at that point. When you get to 30, a nice hearty meal and some good company is what you need, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. It's just kind of, fairly chilled one. We've had some family things going on in the background, so it's been a bit of a weird time for me at the moment. But like, it was nice to just have a day that was just kind of relaxed, kind of focused on me, but also just focused on seeing my mates again. Because when you get to like our age, seeing your mates, and like all of your mates, or like the group of mates that you hung around with at school, like it goes from happening like every weekend after you just leave school, and then it's like once or twice a month, and then it's like once or twice a quarter, and then it's like I've seen these guys twice this year.
That's it. It becomes an annual event, doesn't it? And sometimes even longer than that. Because like when you get past a certain age and people start having children, trying to organise more than one person's schedule requires some like Mission Impossible style precision, doesn't it?
It does. It's a little bit of chaos, and it was just kind of lucky enough that like I messaged everybody far enough in advance for people to kind of work out when they'd be free and kind of get themselves all relaxed and get everybody in one place. So it was a good weekend. A lot of relaxing, and then this next weekend I'm also on a staycation weekend with the missus. So I've got like two relaxing weekends back to back, which is not bad. Nice. And then the storm that is Christmas commences, isn't it? Well, I've got Christmas kind of co-aligning with the end of a project, or the supposed end of a project that I'm working on at work. It's not going to the official deadline for it is the 31st of December, and it's just not going to happen. So it's going to be a stressful month, December, but that's 3 weeks away. Indeed, and that's when Christmas music can start. Yes. Let's not have any Christmas music till then. I'm almost certain that I asked the band if we were doing any Christmas music this kind of, because we've got 2 or 3 gigs before Christmas, and I'm pretty sure I asked them if we're doing any Christmas tunes, and I got no response. So I'm assuming that's a no. Well, that'll be the next thing. Is I've got a gig next weekend, and then we'll have to have some practices for both bands because we'll both have to put Christmas music in. And I begrudge it every year, but people just want to scream Slade. And I mean, to be fair, and I know the real big hitters, and well enough that I can just do them. I don't need to rehearse them. I can just do them because I've played them enough times, and like there's been enough trips around the sun for me to know those songs off by heart. Yeah, I mean, like I'm pretty sure if I had an acoustic guitar, I could strum along to Slade now, but I just so fed up, like every fucking year, and it like the worst thing is if you don't do it last, you get forced to do it as an encore. But if you wait till last, people are screaming Christmas music at you from song 1. So like it's that fine balance, and like I mean, it beats them screaming Freebird, but I'd rather play Freebird. That's it. It's not a joyous occasion for anyone, is it? Yeah, I mean, we've done that in the past where somebody early in a gig has screamed Freebird, so to punish them, we played Freebird. Take that. Like, here's 9 minutes that you're not getting back. That's it. You made this happen. I'm going to be an absolute fret-rankery twat, and you're just going to have to stand there and listen to it. You're not getting any dancey songs right now. That's it, yeah. Don't you dare try and dance while I'm soloing. Damn it. Don't you dare enjoy yourself. Stop it. Stand and listen.
Oh, dear. They think they're funny.
Yeah. But the other thing that comes along with being 30 is, like, you've got to start being responsible about life. And me and the missus are, like, saving up to buy a house. And, you know, you've got to have a good credit score to buy a house. And I no longer have any purchases on credit.
So you need to build up credit score is what you're you're thinking for better future.
Continue to build my credit score. And I thought, what would be a good way to do that? And I know I've spoken about how I break amps all the time and I'm a terrible, terrible person. And I think I want to buy myself an amp. I think. But I don't, like, I haven't, like, narrowed it down. And the first question I need to ask myself is because I've got enough combos that if I get the combos fixed, or even if I've got a combo that's working in the Origin, and the 212s, I just need to get them sorted, and then hopefully the vaporizer is going to get a complete rebuild. I spoke to Joe at Hello Sailor just before he went off on his work assignment, and he said that when he's back, and I know I can post that a lot cheaper because it's a lot lighter than the others.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be sending that over to Joe, and he's going to do some of his magic, and I'm just going to give him a budget and say do whatever you want to it.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll get sorted. But so I'll have combos. The only heads and cabs I've got at the moment are the Hayden ones. And I'm thinking about getting a head and a 212 cab.
Okay.
Okay. And I would prefer a vertical 212 rather than a horizontal, just because it just means that you don't have to put things on a box. Like every gig I run at the moment, I put my amp on top of the toolbox that I have all my cables and spare pedals and spare stuff in, because when it's on the floor and you're in a band mix and you're stood 3 foot away from it and it's playing at your ankles, sometimes you struggle to hear yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it was an unfortunate design flaw that we didn't have ears on the back of our ankles.
Yeah, absolutely. So I tend to, like, raise it up and then even possibly lean it back and stick a duct tape roll under the front of it just so that it's actually pointing at the back of your head.
Yeah.
But I quite like an angled vertical 212.
Okay, yeah.
And I need to make a decision about what. There's a couple on the market that have got vintage 30s in them that are quite cheap. They're cheaper brands. They're not name brands. But there's a couple out there for like 300 quid-ish that have got vintage 30s. It's just whether I'd go for that or whether I'd go for what seems to be in a lot of them now, which is it the 7080?
Yeah, so the 7080 is the one that comes as a standard with a lot of the Black Star stuff.
Yeah, it's also in the Origin 212 cab as well.
A lot of people slate them. Stuart Tate is one of these people who absolutely slate them. The experience I have using them is I had a cab for the Igniter head that I had, the Rebel 20. And I ran that through a 112 greenback. It was like a Vox greenback cab. And it sounded mushy and it didn't sound vastly pleasant. And then when I run it through the like a Black Star cab that I've got with again 112 7080, it sounded amazing. Like all of the clarity was back. It was nice and bright and really kind of defined notes rather than the mushy green crap. So like I've got that experience with it, but almost universally they are panned as being inferior.
And that's the thing, like, so it by the looks of it, anybody that's making a cheap cab that's got a name brand seems to be using these 7080s, whereas any of the kind of like in-house brands or sort of likes of Harley Benton or I don't think it was Sub-Zero, but there's a Gear for Music or one of those kind of places that it's not the Sub-Zero brand, but it's one of their other in-house brands that's got vintage 30s in them, and I know I like the sound of a vintage 30. Like I've had it in the Hughes and Kettner Pure Tone, and I've got one that I'm trying to put into one of the Hayden cabs. I never mentioned it on the podcast, but the fucking trying to get the back off that thing has just been the most stressful thing in my life. There's 20 screws in it, so you undo all 20 screws, and the fucking Tolex has welded itself to itself. And me and my dad were like literally trying to pull it from opposite sides of the room, and like we've had stuff in there trying to wedge it out, and Dad's trying to come up with a solution to get that back off. But yeah, once that's off, I want to get I bought a vintage 30 because it was going cheap locally to throw into one of the Hayden cabs. But I think I'll probably go with a vintage 30 cab. And the head that I'm looking at, and I'm caught in two minds. I can either spend an extra 350 quid, obviously on finance, so like an extra like 30 quid a month, and get a Dirty Shirley head, Friedman Dirty Shirley.
Okay.
Or do I just go a little bit cheaper and go for the Marshall Studio Vintage?
Okay.
So that was the NAMM release from, was it 2019? I feel like it was 2 years ago we spoke about that.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the JTM 45, but 20 watts rather than 50.
Yeah. I mean, that does sound like quite a nice... But then again, so does the Dirty Shirley. Yeah,
well, that's it. Like I think the Dirty Shirley's about 1,200, and you can get the Studio Vintage heads, I think, for about $850 now.
Okay.
So it's whether I think I'd probably buy the cab outright and then get the head on finance, and it's just whether I stretch that little bit extra and just make sure that I've got finance for that little bit longer. Take it right up to the time when we're moving into the house.
Yes, I mean, if you really want to get that credit score up, you've really got to push the boundaries of the credit. So that is what that is.
Yeah.
You also have got that Gretsch that we haven't spoken about. Well, I kind of touched it.
I think we touched on it when it was bought, but yes, which actually really badly needs a restring. So I've had like a 20-minute play with it, but it needs a restring, and I need to clean the frets because it's basically not been touched for about 5 months at this point.
Yes,
because the guy who my partner bought it off hadn't used it for a few months, and then obviously bought it for me, and then it's just been sat in a corner of a room for another long while. So it's not had any use, so it needs a bit of a fret dress or fret polish, and restringing. But sounds really good. Like considering it's not the bottom model, it's not a Streamliner, it's an Electromatic, I think.
Yeah.
But it's still one of the Chinese ones. They're like 450 quid new, I think.
I think they're a bit more than that, aren't they?
Possibly a little bit more, but yeah. Sound like I was really surprised because I think they call them black tops pickups or something similar, something along those lines. Like they're not the standard Filtertron kind of pickups. They're voiced a little bit differently, and they've got a 2-hole mounting on either side as opposed to 1-hole mounting. So they're a little bit different, but they actually sound pretty good. I was a little bit sceptical and thinking I was going to throw Fletchers in there, but at the moment, I think I'll probably stick with the pickups that are in it.
I think I tried an Electromatic with those pickups in back when I was a bit more of a metalhead, and I really enjoyed it. I played it with a lot more game than I should have. But actually it took it well, and I was always jonesing for an Electromatic because of that, like one of the double cut, in a nice kind of walnut finish, I think they call it, which is basically like a wine red, isn't it?
Yeah, which is exactly what I've got. It's the G5222 Electromatic double jet walnut. And it looks fantastic. Like, considering the, like, you know, for that price point, like, you get a few plain finished guitars, and this is that, like, walnut, that wine red stain kind of look. So you get the looks of the grain coming through, and it's single bound, and it's I assume it's faux binding, but you know, it's a single bound guitar. I actually quite like the fact that the fretboard is solid, apart from it's got those the like thumbnail bits at the top. On one edge. I really like the look of that, and it's an absolutely stunning guitar. To look at, the pickups are called Blacktops. They're Blacktop Broadtrons. But yeah, like I say, it sounds pretty good. Like, considering the price point that these kind of are coming from. Like, I was semi-convinced that I was going to swap them out, but it sounds good with dead strings on it, so I'm sure it's going to sound even better when I put some fresh strings on it and give it a proper outing through a valve amp rather than through the headphone amp. But through the simplifier, it just sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, if it's wowing you with dead strings through a not valve amp, it's doing a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I spent 10 minutes playing AC/DC riffs on it because, you know, Malcolm Young. You know, that's what it's going to be. And like I say, when I went to move a little bit towards lead, that's when I realised that the frets need a little bit of a polish just to kind of take the
the scratch off them.
the scratch off them. And I knew the strings were dead because they've gone a little bit rusty, but.
Yeah,
you know, we've all played a guitar past that point in the past. At some point when we can't afford to buy strings or can't be asked to change strings.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But one of mine in the rack, and I can't remember which one, is at that point now where the strings are offensive. They are just it's not right, and I've got strings to change them with, so I should. But I haven't.
Yeah, that reminds me, I need to order some strings.
Yeah, I mean, I bought a set of... in fact, I bought maybe 2 or 3 sets of 9.5s, thinking that I was going to like change a few guitars with these 9.5s, because I usually use 10s. And there were a few guitars which just aren't quite there, and I want to go down just a little bit, but not to 9s, because 9s don't feel right anymore. But then I forgot that I'd ordered them, and then ordered another like 3 sets of 9.5. So I know I've got some backups, but I've also got like a few sets of 10s as well, because whenever me and Yeomans go down to, we usually go to Guitar, to be fair. So whenever we go in, no matter what we're there to buy, I'll always throw a guitar strings, usually some of the premium sets like Paradigms or Elixirs or anything like that, just to throw a bit of money in the till. Just it ain't much, but like, even if I've just like gone there for a look around, I'll pay an extra couple of quid more than I would online.
Well, I mean, like, anything to support those businesses so that you can go and try out a guitar occasionally.
Yeah, and that's like, it. Yeah, I think Gra was mentioning that a couple of weeks back in our little podcast group, that guitar shops just aren't around anymore, and there are more closing.
I mean, it's really sad, but like, over here we haven't had one for 3 or 4 years now. Which is just, it's awful, but like, it was a poorly run business that kind of, and then like, online sales just kind of, if you're poorly running a business like that, people are just going to go straight online, and it's going to kill you. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's a real shame, isn't it? Because that's one of the kind of magical moments. Like, if I think back to when I first started guitar, like when I picked up my first guitar, and like my mum took me to what was Sound Control at the time in Birmingham, and I pulled an Epiphone Les Paul off the wall, and like played through it because I didn't know how to play a lick of guitar at that point. So I just like went through like all of the frets on the guitar because the guitar teacher at school said like that's what you want to try. You want to make sure that all of the frets ring out, because at very least that's the kind of standard that you want to meet. And I couldn't do shit all on the guitar, so I went up the guitar like, and this kind of battered pre-owned Epiphone. I think it was like a G310, so one of the bolt-on neck ones. So I went all the way up the neck with it, and then like some of the frets weren't quite working, and I was like, oh, but it's a cherry burst Les Paul, and it looks like the kind of thing that Jimmy Page used to play, and I want to buy that. But the guitar teacher told me that this will give me more problems than it's worth. Yeah. And then I tried a Squire Strat, and it was perfectly fine. And I went, okay, I've got to buy this, haven't I, really? So I reluctantly bought the Squire. But, like, it's such a happy memory of, like, going into a guitar shop and, like, looking around. It was like a candy shop.
Yeah, I mean, it's slightly different for me because we never really had any brand new big name stuff because obviously it's a small local store. Yeah. And you know, if you're buying from Fender or Gibson, you've got to buy X amount before they'll let you be a stocker and stuff. So like, it tended to be like there would be pre-owned, like usually there'd be like 3 or 4 pre-owned Strats, a couple of pre-owned Tellys, and then there was just some other guitars that he'd managed to get his hands on. And you know, there used to be maybe 20 sort of electrics hanging on the wall, but the big thing for me was when I was first getting into guitar, I used to like, you know, go around to mate's house with an acoustic on my back, and like when I first started, I started on electric, and then we had like a no-named acoustic that was just very, very difficult to play. Just like didn't have a built-in tuner or anything, so I had to have a separate tuner with me at all times. It was just a bit of a pain. And for my GCSE results, my parents kind of said, well, each A is worth this, each B is worth this, each C is worth this, that kind of thing, and then put it towards an acoustic guitar. So I remember going in, and it was probably about 3 hours, and I'm sure my dad was going absolutely spare. But yeah, I spent, and the good thing about the shop is they had, I would say, 150 to like 200 maybe acoustic guitars. Just, it was a giant room, and they were all down one side and then all down one wall, and then basically the 2 walls worth of like 3 high or 4 high kind of acoustic guitars, and then like the rest of the room was filled out with like drum kits and pianos and stuff. And I spoke, the guy who was in the shop was far more of an acoustic player than an electric player, so I could have a decent conversation with him. Tried maybe 10 different acoustics in the price bracket that I had, and came out with my Yamaha CPX. I can't remember if this is 700 or 900. I think it's a 7, but it might be a 9. But yeah, I think I played a couple of Fenders that were in that price bracket, and a couple of like Tanglewoods and a few other guitars. But yeah, like I spent a good amount of time. I could have a conversation with somebody who could say, I'd steer clear away from this or that for these reasons, and like these are the guitars that have got built-in tuners and a built-in preamp in them so that you could plug them in and, you know, have that kind of thing. And yeah, I miss the fact that I could never do that again without going on holiday. Yeah,
essentially, yeah. I mean, stupid local council. I don't know who's running the orders for this, but Birmingham City Centre is now what's deemed a clean air zone. And certain cars cost £8 a day to go into the clean air zone. And all of the guitar shops that are worth anything are within that zone.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm already down £8 if I want to go, like, even visit the guitar shop.
And that's before parking as well.
Fortunately, the parking at Guitar is free. So we're all good with that. But like, if you take that £8 and I'm going for a look around, I'm not necessarily going to buy a guitar. I buy a set of strings. That's now cost me a premium set of strings is probably like £12. That's cost me £20 for a look around.
A look at some guitars.
Yeah. So it's now made just looking like having a little fancy around the guitar shop. Not viable, pretty much, which is really sad.
Yeah.
And I imagine it's gonna suffer, make their business suffer as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the kind of people who it won't make their business suffer for are the kind of people who are going in there to try guitars because it's like they're teenagers and they've got the weekend free and they want to just play some guitars, but they're not buying anything.
Yeah, they're not dropping $4,000 on a custom shop.
No. I mean, to be fair, if you're dropping $4,000 on a custom shop, you're probably not going to worry about £8 worth of clean air parking zone or whatever. But like for me, I'm not buying a grand's worth of guitar. I'm not. If I'd go in and I found a guitar I really liked, I'd probably be talking like £800 is the limit for where I'd be buying. Yeah. And if you then throw in like these extra charges on top of that, I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
But there we go. So I probably won't even go there to try it first. I won't be tempted to try the guitar, which means that I won't be buying it. Which, yeah, hey ho.
Yeah.
We're probably much further into this podcast than I think we are. I'll do a quick roundup of what I've done, and then we'll do some news. I have released some videos this week. In fact, at this point, I've only released one of these 2 videos. However, by the time this releases, so when you're hearing it, listener, it will have been 2 videos. So I released a video on Pedalboards of Doom this week about direct recording and how using 3 pedals in a combination can give you basically like a direct recording rig. So if you're recording into a computer that's perhaps not the best, it will take all of the processing power like that you would be using to run X, Y, and Z amp sim or whatever, and it frees up your computer to just concentrate on recording the signal coming in. It's also, it works really well as a backup for if your amp catastrophically fails and you're not quite ready to like shell out for like a simplifier or an HX stomp or anything like that.
Yeah,
because I think I priced it up and it came to about £95,
which is nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like for a good solid backup, you're doing all right there.
Like you say, like in terms of like a backup, like I mean, if you go back 10 years, your backup had to be another amp.
yeah, very much so. Like you had to rely on what the venue had there, which will have been a Marshall MG from at least 15 years ago. Then they have to wipe the dust off.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's a really decent and quite versatile rig. However, this video has not done very well in terms of like analytics and all of that kind of metadata kind of bullshit. It's for whatever reason the YouTube algorithm was angered by this video. So if you haven't watched it, can you please go to Pedalboards of Doom and just look for the most recent video, because it will be mine and I want people to watch it because I put lots of time and effort into it. So thank you. Thank you. I also did something on the No Talk All Tone series this week, which is a bit of a new thing. I was sent through a pedal by iSet Audio. I was sent a few pedals actually. One of which was a noise gate. I think they call it the noise killer, the iSet noise killer. Noise gates are hard. Noise gates are a bit like compressors. Like if you hear them working,
they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, you've probably got too much of the effect on. So I changed my style with it a little bit and ran a quite heavy gain preamp on my HX Stomp to a point where it was kind of buzzy noisy. Because I was running a Strat, it's supposed to be. And you can really hear the noise gate working. It's to my ear, it sounds like a good noise gate, but people slate noise gates. They'll go, "Oh, this one sucks," and this one doesn't do what it's supposed to. I don't know why they do that. If it cuts the noise, is that not enough? I don't know. So you're gonna have to let me know if you are a metal guitarist and you know what a noise gate is supposed to sound like. Please let me know, because to my ears it sounded fine. It cut the noisy bits and it let me play through the not noisy bits. Or no, that's the wrong. Is that the right way around?
No, it let you play when there was supposed to be sound.
Yeah, it made the purposeful noise noisy and the not purposeful noise quiet. There we go. That'll do.
There we go. That's much better. That's much better than the not noisy bits weren't noisy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. Are you sure? So yeah, if you know more about noise gates than I do, because I will put my hands up and profess that I know not of the ways of the noise gate. Let me know if it's good, because I think it did all right.
Yeah, the only time I've ever used a noise gate was on a mixing desk, and it was because a fucking drummer just kept all the way between songs was just ever so slightly tapping his right foot on, right foot on the bass drum pedal, but because of the way that the setup was in this particular room, it would start as like a low rumble between the songs whilst the singer was talking, and then would just kind of like start a feedback loop. So we literally had to put a noise gate on that, because he was literally, it was the lightest touch on the bass drum, but it was just about being picked up by the mic, and then each time you kind of like each time he was doing it was kind of looping and just causing it like a really bad. So we had to put a gate on that channel, and that's literally the only time I've ever used a noise gate in my entire life.
I mean, I use a noise gate for this podcast, so inadvertently you have used a noise gate.
I'm not using the noise. Key thing is you're using the noise gate to
on your behalf. Yeah. To be fair, like, our audio doesn't need much gating. It's mainly to make people not have to listen to our breathing. We do breathe. We are people. We're not robots. But you'd never know, because the noise gates do an absolutely fantastic job on this podcast. They are the silent third partner in this podcast today. So big shout out to the noise gates.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Woo. Woo. Noise gates. Woo. Woo.
So I mean, that's
if I do woo.
Yeah.
Cut off.
That, I mean, you'll probably hear that now. It'll go ooh. Ooh. Something like that. So there you go.
Sorry.
Matt destroying the noise gate. So that's what I've done. They look a ghost. So yeah, that's what I've done this week.
Sorry.
I will also just do another shout out to my new computer, which again, on finance, more money than I wanted to spend a month. But it's happened. It's done now. It's incredible. It is so good. Like my video, the whole process of like recording videos for YouTube. The recording takes probably the least time out of the lot. Then the mixing and mastering and editing the video takes the next amount of time, and then after that it was the rendering that took about as much as the mixing and the filming together.
mental.
That is no longer the case. So once I've mixed and edited it, it's all done there. It was so much so that the other night I'd recorded 2 No Talk All tones, edited one, and posted it like on YouTube, ready to be released. I'd done that all before 9 o'clock, and usually I'd be finishing it by about 10:30. So I was sat there at 9 o'clock going, "What do I do now?" Like
you've rediscovered that hour and a half that you were losing.
That's it. But I didn't know what to do with it. I was sat there and I was confused.
Pick up a guitar and a pedal and play.
I suppose I could do that, yeah. That's what I did.
You've got time back to enjoy your playing now.
That's it. Yeah, I will still find excuses.
You're going to sit down and play some obscure 80s SNES game, aren't you? Yeah, I'm going to do that on the old computer. Or you've got this really fancy computer now, and GTA launches tomorrow? Sorry, GTA San Andreas reissued along with Vice City Stories. No, Vice City and 3.
Yeah. Are they calling it 3 or are they calling it Liberty City? Because
I think they're calling it 3 because they only called it Liberty City when it was Liberty City Stories, didn't they?
Yes. I mean, out of all of those games, Vice City is god tier. It's the one.
Oh no, you're wrong. San Andreas is the one.
I mean, San Andreas, it was good. Don't get me wrong. San Andreas was good, and there were some elements of San Andreas which I thought were fantastic. But from start to finish, Vice City was just so much of a delight. Like the music in it, the whole vibe of the thing. Like they completely encapsulated what I think the 80s was like. Because I'm young enough that I didn't live through the 80s, but I have only references through movies.
Yeah.
And it like beautifully encapsulated that.
Yeah, I mean, I do get that, but for me, San Andreas was like, I think I've probably put more time into GTA San Andreas not playing missions than I have any other game ever. Just literally just sandbox mode, just like dicking around, doing whatever. It's just hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of just entertainment. You didn't run out of things to do.
Absolutely. And to be fair, like those 3 games anyway were thoroughly entertaining, and they all had that where there were missions and you would do the missions eventually.
Yeah.
But the the dicking about, the putting a cheat mode on where you get like 999 ammo of each of the guns.
I still know the cheat codes for the ammo pack that I used on the PlayStation 2, which I don't even own anymore.
And that's a testament to it. I mean, the PS2 as a console was god tier.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it will get better than that. Like, graphics, yes, get better. But in terms of just sheer enjoyment, like the gameplay elements, I think that's where it peaked.
Yeah, it's certainly in terms of offline gaming. I think, like, I in fact, actually, I know that I didn't bother with the Xbox 360 or PS3 until about 2 years before the following generation, because the PlayStation did everything that I wanted it to do, and there was like you just kind of saw like the move to online, and if you didn't have mates that had consoles, there was no point in having an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I mean, it become a part where the single player mode, which used to be the entire game, and then you had like this multiplayer mode tacked on a little bit.
Yeah.
It completely flipped turns where you had like the multiplayer was the thing that they were using in the adverts and selling it on, and then there's a story mode if you want it, but don't, because online.
Yeah.
And it pretty much hasn't changed since, has it, really?
Yeah. I mean, I play a lot less games than certain, like PS2 era. Like PS1 and PS2, I probably played most of the titles that were released. Like, I was lucky enough to I had a jailbroken PS1, and my dad would come home from work with we like between 8 of them, they'd chip in and they'd copy the latest game, and it cost us like £7 or whatever. And I know you're not supposed to do that, but like everybody was doing it across the entire globe. That's what killed the PS1 sale figures. But yeah, so I played most of the PS1 games that were out. PS2, it was a lot harder to do that, but yeah, again, I think I played a lot of the kind of the big titles that I was interested in. I played all of the ones I was interested in, and we just went from like copying games to just somebody would buy a game and then it would just swap around. So like you'd swap Burnout and get GTA San Andreas, or like do a lot of that. But yeah, I think those games really for me was the peak of gaming, and then after that, gaming became an add-on of just dicking around with your mates on a Saturday night. It was Call of Duty Zombies, or it was Halo, like online multiplayer, and it was more about the interaction with your mates and hanging around with them than it was about the game itself.
Yeah, absolutely, completely agree with that. It migrated from being a kind of solitary thing and getting immersed in like a story that the game developer and the writer of the game wanted you to do.
An experience.
Yeah, like that's it, isn't it? It was an experience, and like we say, like the San Andreas and thing, it was an expansive story.
Yeah.
And like to this day, I still quote like lines from San Andreas. Not so much Vice City actually. Yeah, San Andreas had a lot of big quotable lines from.
Yeah.
But there you go. We were doing some news. Go on, let's do it. So, first bit of news. Richard Fortus.
Yes.
And the law won. Richard Fort... No. I can't believe that came out of my mouth. Richard Fortus is apparently like this generation's Izzy Stradlin. He is in Guns N' Roses
with Slash.
With Slash, as we found out, as Matt correctly informed me. He has been bestowed 2, and by 2 I mean 1.5 Gretsch Falcon signature guitars. So there are 2 versions, like I say. It's kind of just one version with an alteration. You've got a Bigsby version and a V Stocktail version. So
the V Stocktail version, obviously.
I mean, yes. The reason why I say it's 1.5 rather than 1 with a change or 2 is because with each of those different versions, they come with a different scale length.
Wait, what?
They come with a different
scale length.
Yeah.
So you could maybe understand it if you're like, oh, and one's a 1 pickup version, or or this one's the 7-string or whatever. I don't know what kind of music Guns N' Roses. I listened to Chinese Democracy once and decided they were dead to me.
That is, I mean, I can't argue with that.
What they've done since 2000 and whenever that came out, fuck knows.
So the white version has got a 25.5 inch scale length. The black version has got a 24.6 inch scale length.
Why? Can anybody explain why you would want your signature model to have 2 different scale lengths?
Maybe it's the because the Bigsby one's got a longer scale length. Maybe it's the tension works better with the Bigsby. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. So these are the G6636 RF, which I assume stands for Richard Fortus. Maple body, spruce centre block, which is strange.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's
not a maple centre block.
Yeah,
Isn't
I mean
it normally maple.
That's usually what happens. Yeah, but spruce centre block. Usually it's spruce top and maple centre block. Maybe this is the information that I got was mixed around. Who knows? We'll go with it anyway. He's gone with a spruce centre block. Maple neck.
Crazy
ebony
bastard.
I know, yeah. if anyone would do it, Richard Fortus would do it. 22 for it. I couldn't even pick him out in a lineup, mate. Like, if the lineup was Guns N' Roses members, like the current Guns N' Roses members, I'd still struggle.
Yeah, well, the big problem with that is they've got a synth player as well, so you've got to work out which one. Like, I could probably pick out Slash and Axl. Duff McKagan is going to be the one who looks the roughest, and then
yeah, the one who didn't turn up to the lineup.
You've got a drummer, a synth player, and a guitarist, and you know at that point you're just kind of like moving the cut out bits that you've done from the like, yeah, that way. That's
it. I mean, I was going to make some horribly disparaging jokes about synth players there, but I think you can do that yourself. Listeners, I believe in you. You've got that. 22 fret ebony fretboard, U profile neck, and like I say, white. The white version's got the trem, the black version's got a stop tail. These are expensive.
Okay, that's not surprising for a Gretsch.
I mean, yeah, like being a Gretsch standard line, and then like signature as well. So 3,149 euros for the black one, and then
That's Gibson custom shop money.
It is. So it's spicy pricey, isn't it?
Ooh.
So there's that. Again, Richard Fortus. But if you want to make that sound relatively affordable, let's talk about this next one. Mark Tremonti, PRS, limited run. He's come out with a limited run. In 2014, he asked the artist, Joe Fenton, to do a little custom artwork on one of his PRS. He uses like a single cut PRS. And he loved it. It looked like a guitar that Mark Tremonti would play in 2014. And he knows that guitar as the Fenton now, based on the fact that it was
based on that dog video from about 2014.
Oh, that would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. If there's like a beautiful artistic version of like a middle-aged bloke with his arse crack hanging out running in the field. Jesus fucking Christ, Fenton. Yeah. No, unfortunately, no, it's not that. So he did like this. Like, if you imagine, I don't know, look, I don't know what kind of style this is. I think like Hot Topic is the kind of American Apparel kind of shop that this would mostly remind me of.
Sure. I know nothing about it.
No, I only know it through South Park, but it's kind of like emo gothy.
Okay, yeah. Say no more. That sounds perfect for this guitar.
Yeah, I think in the UK we had a store called Blue Banana, which very similar kind of thing. Just I'm a bit gothy. I'm a bit goth.
Yeah.
Are you really? Okay.
I want to be alternative, but also I need the name brand of this clothing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm so counterculture.
I don't want to buy Adidas or Nike, but I must have something with a label on it anyway, just a different one.
It's essentially that, isn't it? Trading one set of consumerism for another. This is very much, like I say, it's the tribal tattoo of the guitar world, isn't it? Really, let's go for that. So they're going for a limited run, 20 of these guitars that are inspired by. So they're not like exact copies. They're not the exact design that Mark Tremonti had. In fact, they're a little bit more subtle because his original one was kind of all across the body of the guitar, whereas these are kind of lower lower third, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
And there's two different versions, like a kind of smoky grey finish on black, and then like a rich red kind of finish on black.
Yeah.
They're standard Tremonti stuff. They're 22 fret, 25 inch scale length, thin neck profile, and like a stop tail, like wraparound stop tail. It's the artwork on it, to be fair, is very well done. Like, if we compare them to the carved PRSs that were out a year or so ago, like,
it's much more tasteful and better looking than that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, they don't look like children's primary school drawings. So, like, hats off to Joe Fenton. He's done a fantastic bit of art. Like, the art is very good. It's very, very well done.
Yeah.
However, on a guitar, when you put that on a guitar, like, this thing was, like, the original was in 2014, and we mentioned before the cast that actually that was probably outdated then.
Yeah, like we were saying, like it feels very 2007. It's the kind of like artwork that you'd like. I mean, I said Welcome to the Black Parade, but actually I think it reminds me of the video for Helena from My Chemical Romance, in kind of like the, you know, it's that kind of era, proper goth before they've gone a little bit emo.
Yeah,
it's the proper kind of goth finish.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to it, and I'm thinking the artwork for Opeth albums, like,
yeah,
that kind of very intricate, very almost kind of faux gothic, faux almost like Elizabethan kind of ornamentation. It is what it is. I think it's classy if you've only ever read what classy means and you've not actually experienced classy. Actual class.
It's ornate without being ornate.
Mm. Yeah, it's both ornate but gaudy all in one. I mean, it's amazing how it's like contradicting itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is exactly that. So I did say that these would make the Richard Fortus signature seem quite reasonably priced, didn't I? These are, I think they're about 12 grand. I mean,
although to be fair, if there's only 20 of them and they're PRS, that's probably cheap.
Yeah, and with this, I can understand where some of the money's gone. Like, the fact that they are limited run, the fact that this guy has hand painted unique designs for each and every one of them.
Yeah, I still wouldn't pay it.
Yeah, the numbers check out for this. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but. Exactly, you've hit the nail on the head. I am not paying for this.
No, absolutely not.
I posted this on Facebook, I think, earlier today, and Marcus Deluxe had he'd put like a message on it about the PRS Dragon guitars. And there was one of those in my local PMT, which is a music shop. It's a really unfortunately named music shop. They had that, and it was like abalone inlays in the shape of a dragon, and like the dragon went all around the body of the guitar as well. I think they were trying to sell it for 33 grand. I vaguely remember it being a double neck as well. That stayed in that guitar shop for about 3 years, and then it disappeared after that. I don't think anyone bought it. I think it's just in the back cupboard somewhere.
Yeah. They've just taken it off display because they're embarrassed about the fact that it's been on the wall for 10 years.
That's it. We paid, we probably paid 28k for this. And it's embarrassing. So that's that. We will talk about the Virtual Jeff. We'll do a real quick on this one. Virtual Jeff is a non. It's a modification for your guitar, but it's reversible. It's easily reversible. It like sticks onto the guitar. It's like a digital unit, almost the size of a lithium battery. So I don't know. Think maybe like an Altoids tin, kind of about that size. Sits behind the back of. It's a bit thicker than an Altoids tin, but yeah, kind of that kind of dimension. Sits behind the tremolo system of your guitar and has a whammy bar arm coming out of it. And basically, what this unit does, it works as a digital whammy bar. So all of the fun of a whammy bar, but without any of the tuning instability issues.
So you wouldn't even have to have a tremolo arm system, so it could sit behind a telly bridge. Yeah.
And in fact, actually, it probably works out better that way. Yeah. There's a guy on YouTube who I think, he had one sent into demo, and I think he ran it on a telly. I can't remember his name. Daniel Braun. He's a Canadian, guitar gear YouTubey guy, quite popular. He's so very Canadian, really polite and just really nice. And
he's all the things you don't want to be if you're a YouTuber.
No, he's really enjoyable to watch because he's so almost therapeutic in the way that he presents things. And when he was having a go with it looked really cool. It's got some more features than just essentially being a Digitech whammy that's sellotaped to you, the back of your guitar. Because, you could do that if you really wanted to. No one's stopping you.
Can you imagine taking apart a whammy and replacing the treadle with a whammy bar and then gluing it to your guitar?
Crazier things have happened. So there's that. It's got, like I say, it's got the digital whammy bar. It also has a virtual capo mode where you can basically, what the Variax can do, you can move all of the guitar strings pitches up to 12 semitones up.
I imagine it'll also move it down as well, so you can turn your guitar into a baritone. And
yes, very much. Yeah, can do that as well. So
yeah, that was kind of the when you mentioned this, that was kind of the first thing I thought of. One other thing you mentioned is you can there's different modes of whammy barness in there. You can have a Bigsby whammy bar setting, or what's it? The
Floyd
big
Rose.
Dive Bob Floyd Rose.
A wiggle wiggle boom boom.
Yeah.
Why they're not called that is beyond me. But yeah, you can set the amount of travel on your on the arm, so you can set it to one semitone either way, which is kind of Bigsby style, or even 2 semitones, so you get a whole tone either way. All the way
you can set it to an octave.
Yeah, you could set it to 3 up and an octave down, which is like a Floyd Rose, or you could do an octave each way, if you really wanted to go crazy. You do you. And I think the Virtual Jeff comes in a pro mode with a foot switch, which allows you to have presets of what type of whammy you want. But it also allows these other modes as well, like virtual capo mode. And there's a hold function as well, so you can dip your bar to a certain amount and then hold it in that tune. There's a blend function as well, so you can blend your original note in, which if you dip into certain intervals, definitely don't blend in your original tone.
Don't dip a tritone and then blend back.
Oh dear. But you can use the hold and the blend function together. If you like set the bar, like the arm even to like a semitone travel either way, and you only pull up ever so slightly and then hold it and blend like 50-50, you can get like a chorus tone with it as well, which is really, it's almost kind of like studio chorus because it's like exact doubling. It's really cool. All of that sounds amazing, doesn't it? Sounds fantastic. What would be the one thing that would ruin this experience for you?
The price definitely could, for that kind of functionality and stuff, you're thinking, all right, the Digitech Whammy's about 250 quid, and it's basically one of them but goes on the guitar. Yeah. And so,
like with an additional foot switch.
Yeah, and so, okay, I mean, realistically, I wouldn't be paying anything more. I would have personally, once it's over 150 quid, it's probably not worth it for me because most of the functionality that I'd use is already in the Variax anyway. Even if it's a pain in the arse and you've got to plug it in your computer and it takes fucking 8 weeks for the computer to understand what you're trying to tell it to do on the Variax. But yeah, I think a good price point for this is 250 to 300.
I'd say that's quite fair. I would have said the 200 mark would be selling like hotcakes kind of thing. Yeah. And then 300 if you really, really want that effect.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. These are coming in at $599.
Twice the top end.
Indeed. And that's the problem, isn't it? Like my Variax standard, which does it's a lot of what this does. It doesn't do the virtual whammy stuff, but it does a lot of the other things.
Yeah.
That entire guitar costs less than this unit.
Yeah.
So that's problematic.
Well, I mean, that's the big, I mean, for that price, there's a whammy mode in the Helix LT, and you get so much more with a Helix LT. Yeah,
I mean, you don't get the functionality of using your hands. To hands do.
Kneel down and put your hand on the treadle. There you go.
I mean, you could do. But yeah, I mean, you could also just gaffer tape the Helix LT to the front of your guitar.
Yeah, there you go. There's your other solution. But it's a bit more of a rocky motion than a wiggle stick motion.
I suppose it is. But there you go. I mean, you saved yourself some money. And that is our news, and that is our podcast for this week. It was so close, Virtual Jeff. You got almost there. So, as always, we extend a thank you to the listeners. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias indeed. Much thank you. We also send a massive thank you to our Patreon backers because you guys are the best. Just simply, you're the best around. Nothing's ever got to keep you down. For as little as $2 a month as well.
Can't believe he said simply you're the best and then didn't go with simply the best. You went with the other song that you could pick.
I did. So as little as $2 a month, you can be one of these people who are responsible for our shenanigans. And those people are as follows: Mr. Andrew Bimson, Mr. Adam Yeomans, Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and of the Just Surprise Me podcast. He podcasts like a boss. We have got Mr. Huge Erection.
We.
What's the one this week? Is it in yet? Is the one that follows Huge Erection on the Tone Jokes podcast? Is eating yet? Yeah. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of the Fletcher Pickups. I need to go to bed. And we've got Mr. Brian Guerrero of the Tone Jerks podcast and of the Second Button podcast. I've still not listened to that. I mean, to be fair, I've not watched an episode of Seinfeld, but I need to check out that podcast anyway. Just why not? That'll be us for this week. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and yeah, it's been quite a sizable one. So good on you. So from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. Oh, I've not told people where they can find me. What's going on? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that jazz. Heel_Matt Q. You know the drill by now. So from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. From Mr. Matt Kai, it will be a tatty bye. No, I missed out. I missed out the most important thing. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Yes! It will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. I'm so sorry for botching this ending. Ta-ra a bit. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Officer. The victims were dismembered and sacrificed on an altar made of antlers. Dear God. Most likely, yes.